it's about, and you keep it that way. How I know you, I could cry or shout, you will listen either way. And I told you about the full breakdowns that are only mine to talk about. I even told you about the sacred grounds where I go when I need to shout. There is more to you than...
Hi everybody, welcome to My Big Tidy Up. My name's DeDe. Thanks for checking out my channel today. Now today, here's what I got going on. Today, I've got a lot of projects throughout my home that I need to tackle. I've got some restocking to do, some cleaning, some organizing, some maintenance on some furniture I have. I also have a new piece of furniture I need to put together. Okay, actually it's just a chair and I'm hoping I'm just gonna have to put 4 legs on it, but I am excited to have it and get it going. And then I am gonna be going back to the den, and guess what I'm doing? I'm taking down that curtain and that rod. If you were here last week, you know right where I'm talking about. So I'm gonna be taking care of that today, and hopefully I won't have too much repair to do on the wall. But those are some of the things I've got to accomplish today, and I'm sure I'll find some more things as I'm going. I appreciate you being here, so without any further ado, let's start tackling these projects and let's get tidy. Okay, friends, project number 1. And yes, I am back in the den. Last week I was in here and I did a deep clean and I rearranged the room and really kind of gave it a bit of a refresh. And I talked about how I was not a fan of these drapes and I was considering taking them down in the future. Well, the future is now. 1 week later. And I will say, I did ask for your feedback, and every single person, and you can go back and look at last week's comments from the video to confirm this, but every single person said, ditch the drapes. Now, I did have somebody mention that maybe some light sheers might add to the room, and actually someone else emailed me saying that draperies to them made the room seem just a little bit more finished, but even the people that like draperies, they didn't like these. So why I didn't go ahead when the room was tore up and take them down, who knows? Well, actually, I do know, because I knew that that would involve getting the ladder, filling the holes, painting, things like that. But anyway, friends, the drapes, they're leaving today.
I will love you, I will have your back, as you always had mine.
Now, one thing I've always tried to do here on my channel is just be honest with you. And honestly, y'all know I'm not a great DIYer. And I know for most of you, probably taking down a curtain rod, that's not considered a DIY thing. But in my world, if it requires any kind of tool, it's a DIY. And yeah, I know I'm weak sauce. But anyway, after working on this for quite a while, it occurred to me, go get the drill. And things did move a little bit faster after that. And see, if I was a real DIYer, I would have went and got the drill right from the get-go.
You've seen me crash and burn and fall overboard, and you'll be seeing me rise.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, this did take a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna take. I thought, oh, I'll just climb up here and get these out real quick, but they were in there good. So I do need to go ahead and fill some holes, and then I'll let that dry, and I'll go ahead and start working on the chair. And once that gets dried, then I'll come back in and touch it up with the paint. And I am so mad at myself. I've had to mess up my clean room, and I should have done this last week. But I don't know if you guys have ever tried this hack or not. But one thing I do after I paint a room, I take and keep just a little bit in a canning jar. I label it, and that way if I have to do touch-ups, I don't have to get out the big can of paint. It's easier to stir and shake up, and I just label it. This says Fossil Gray Basement, but that's the same color that's in here as well. So I will go ahead, fill the holes, start another project, and I'll be back.
Found myself unable
Project 2 for the day, the office. Now, I've dusted and cleaned all the wood shelving, but I have not cleaned the glass on the desk or the glass overlay in the window seal. Now, no, I don't consider cleaning glass a project, but I did remove a little storage ottoman in here that was in the corner as you came into the room. And honestly, I didn't realize how much we use that little thing or how many times we sat on it until it was gone. So I felt like I needed to bring something else in here. So I will be putting together this chair that I picked up from Walmart. I just love it. I thought it would be perfect for the office. I was kind of looking for something neutral, probably in the gray tone, and I wanted something simple and something that wasn't real big because the little area in the space here is pretty small, and this just checked all the boxes. It was everything I was looking for.
As long as I can be with you, we have fun and games us two. Go ahead and prove me wrong. I know how to laugh alone. You could take me anywhere. I would trust you all the way there. I tried every loophole to never have to follow. Keeping my heart closed, I thought I knew what I.
No tools required. This chair could not get any more perfect.
You got me breathing better than ever. I'm walking on air. You got me racing, trying to catch up. You're already there. I let go of my heart, every part. Don't wanna stop, just know how to start. I see you got me breathing better than ever. I'm walking on air. I let go of my heart, every part. Don't wanna stop, just know how to start. I let go of my heart, every part. Don't wanna stop, just know how to start. You got me moving better than ever. I'm walking on air. I'm walking on air. You got me racing, trying to catch up.
Now, I had already vacuumed in here, but I felt like I'm going to have to vacuum again because I needed to move the desk back just a little bit. We did have extra room behind the desk, and even if it's just a few inches, I thought it would make it a little bit roomier when I brought the chair in.
Watch out, this small world is closing in, no doubt. You've been in some nasty pain, but I'll shout right until you really hear.
Well, I snagged this pillow from the den, which I really don't like in there anymore, but I may not keep it here on the chair because it does hide the tufting, and I think that's one of the great features of the chair.
I know we could be a splash of paint in a world that's otherwise so gray. Take me by my arms and say it's the first to color things this way. And you are typing the words down there.
Back in the den, that's why I started this project first, because I knew I would have to allow for dry time between the spackling and then the painting, but it's all right. I'll just keep hopping back and forth in here because I've got plenty to keep me busy.
Tend to make you lose your mind. Bright signs and sunlight can be hard to find, but we'll fight this off until it's out of sight. In no time, we'll have driven far from here. Right now, you need to pack your
Well, this project shouldn't take me too terribly long. I was down here cleaning the basement and I realized how bad my little coffee tables had gotten, especially this one right here. It had some scratches on it, but it went from just a few scratches to a lot. And I think it's because of the bottom of this little basket. It's kind of come loose and it's scratching it. So I picked up some of these sliders, these little pads I can put underneath here. I got them from Walmart. And then I am gonna go ahead and try to clean up the coffee table a little bit with my little furniture markers. You know, I used to use like a Sharpie marker and then I found these. So I am gonna go ahead and see if I can do that. I will check this coffee table over here too, and the little one, but I may even go ahead and check just like the feet of my sofas, just to make sure they're not scuffed up. While I've got the markers out, I might as well do it all.
Got a lot wrong, you see bright as lightning. Already memories, now I just don't really care what you feel, what you feel, what you feel. Shame on me, thinking it was just a phase. Like ooh, got me like ooh. And if I'm recognizing your mistakes, like ooh, feels like ooh. Now I brought my worst behavior, throwing a party in my head. Yeah, prayers from my saviors. Just let it rain all over me, over me, over me, over me, over me.
Now this coffee table actually looked pretty good and it just had a few scratches and the tray still felt pretty smooth on the bottom, but I wanted to go ahead, put the felt on the bottom so I didn't end up with the same situation as I did on the first little table, and it needed cleaned anyway.
I'll be on my way. It's just my heart, the one you try to tame. You are the hunter tonight. I'm right here dodging the light, but nobody knows who is the cat, who's the mouse. And I'm not gonna stay here to figure it out. I'll be on my way. I'll be on my way. It's just my lying heart, the one you try to tame. I'll be on my way, and I won't try to stay. I let my lying heart keep on moving.
Well, I've got the second coat of paint on and it looks completely covered, but I am going to go ahead, turn on the ceiling fan, make sure it's good and dry before I come back in here and tidy everything up and put the room back together yet again. So I'm off to another project and then I'll be back.
Hold down. Now I got my eyes on the crowd.
My next project, while I'm waiting on paint to dry, is the garage refrigerator. It really needs to be restocked, but before I can do that, I do need to clean it. It's dirty on the outside and the inside as well. I mean, I know it's not horrible, but considering that we just put drinks in here and we just grab a drink out, I don't know how it gets so dirty, but I do want to give it a good cleaning, then restock it, and then back inside the house. I don't know if any of you have ever tried using a Lazy Susan in your refrigerator before, but I'm a huge fan. This is just an inexpensive Lazy Susan from Walmart, and I'm using it for my bottles today, but sometimes I use it to hold my cans, and I can stack them too high and hold almost 20 soda cans with this one little Lazy Susan.
Say my name until the city burns and the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Stay with me until the last man falls. I don't need them anyway. When I'm with you, I have it all. Oh, I'll never let you slip away. Oh, and you don't have to be afraid. I will hold you till the sun comes crashing down. I'm yours until the end of time. Say my name until the city burns and the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Stay with me until the last man falls. I don't need them anyway. When I'm with you, I have it all. Oh, I'll never let you slip away. Oh, and you don't have to be afraid. I will hold you till.
Yay, I am confident the paint is dry, so I'm going to tidy up, put the room back together. I am so happy I did it. Will I add shears to the window? I just don't know. But I do know that I'm just going to let it set as is for a while, enjoy the room, and see how I like it.
Say my name, stay with me till the stars fade away and your scars don't. Say my name, stay with me till the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Your scars don't hurt.
Last project of the day, and it really has to do mostly with my silverware drawer. Now I have this bamboo organizer and I really do like it, but it doesn't have enough room for all the things that I've got in here. I've had my knives over to the side and they slide back and forth, and some of the things here in the back I really don't even need to keep in here, like this needs to go to the coffee bar. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take out all of this silverware, clean everything, wipe down the drawer, and then reload it. And when I reload it, I'm going to put the knives here in the back. And then these miscellaneous things, I'm going to find a basket for. Now, in a perfect world, I'd love to have a little bamboo tray that I could put those in, but I don't have one, and I have no intention of buying them. So what I think I'm going to do is just clean it the best I can, use a basket from my house here. And then while I'm working at it, I might as well clean all these other drawers too. They're pretty organized, but they definitely can use a cleaning.
Yeah, you haven't chained me. You haven't, yeah. When all uncover the truth. 'Cause nothing really matters when you see it from a distance, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm up higher than planes could take me. I have acquired everything I need. You set me off into emotion, oh yeah, where I can just be free. You give a little, but you're giving me just what I need. No time for riddles, you're in the middle of my self-release. You have unchained me. You have
Well, as I'm cleaning out these drawers, I'm coming to realize I may have a few things in here that I really don't use that much anymore. So some of these things, they're living on borrowed time, kind of like the drapes were, because I'm probably going to be doing a declutter in the next week or two, so be on the lookout for that.
see the barbed wire. The place is grown all wide. 'Cause I don't know if it'll be enough, or if they really care. There's a stairway down for the both of us, but let's not go there. You got me thinking, whoa, I don't know how we got here. Oh my, I think we better run. We ought to leave this place tonight, I'm telling you. Pack up your suitcase, we'll find a new place. We'll cross the border, can't stay no longer in this town. Somehow in this small place, minds begin to shrink when everyone is too fake. Your hope eventually sinks, 'cause I don't know if it'll be enough, or if there's a way out. There's a stairway down for the both of us, but I won't have it. Whoa, I don't know how we got here. Oh my, I think we better run. We ought to leave this place tonight, I'm telling you.
Well, Tidy Uppers, that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this video gave you a little inspiration, maybe to tackle a few home projects around your own place. But you know what? If you don't get them tackled, don't worry about it. They're not going anywhere. Just do what you can, when you can, and it'll all work out in the end. Again, thank you so much for being here. Please take care of yourself, and until I see you in the next one, stay tidy.
In a minute, awaken my spirit now.